All right. Highlight Janet Yellen, incoming Treasury Secretary, did have comments that moved us, but the iceberg, these dark green lines, is what created direction, and it was bearish direction. If price is up there and a magnet is below it, then it should be easy to deduce that you have a bearish bias. That in and of itself isn't going to make you money. You got to qualify every opinion you have. Yeah, good opinions are important when they have to do with correlations to news, correlation to other markets, correlation to order flow. In this case, order flow with a big iceberg. He was showing 100, and so we knew he had to do a lot. Usually that's 1,000 or more, and he ended up doing exactly 1,000. But we don't know that until he gets taken out. A couple things happen. He was a magnet. As you could see in the left-hand side, they come down to him, and then he dropped it, which is generally they run away and then come back down. They ran away and they came back down. It wasn't a super easy qualification to get short. There was some buying that couldn't make it go up. It went down. You see that in here and here. But there was also some buying that, did kind of get it to go up in a little sideways action. But you're supposed to play it from the short side. And that's what the game was. And then here's what's also important. Once you take him out, he's a magnet and they take him out right in there. If they cross back through him, that's generally bullish for the short term. So this gave us something that you could prepare for if you know about how to trade icebergs and be in front of identifying them. But when people jump into all the data that they otherwise think is important and it's irrelevant, they miss something that's the whole shooting match in the first couple hours of a game, or in this case, a trade. I want to share something with you real quick. I looked at some of the matchups, the NFL playoff games this weekend, and they have little like stats or interesting, uh, you know, something interesting about the team that's playing. So the Packers are playing the who the hell they play? The Rams on Saturday. So after the game, it says the Packers are 7-1 in home Saturday playoff games. You think the Packers before the game were like, I'm glad this is on Saturday. We're 6-1 in home Saturday playoff games. I'm glad it's on Saturday than Sunday. That's filler. That has nothing to do with the outcome of the game. Now, if they were 6-1 with the team that's on the field, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday, wouldn't matter. Here's another one. Buffalo Bills are 11-3 in home playoff games over the last 14 games. Every one of those 14 games, most of the guys on the field weren't even born. These were all, I think, games back in the 1990s. So, what is it? The colors and the logo of the Buffalo Bills are good at home in the playoff? An irrelevant stat to the outcome of the game. But they have to say something. I was saying this at my parents' house on Saturday night, and my mom, who doesn't really follow sports, said, "Well, what do you expect? They got to say something." And that's the problem with trading is when you listen to too much stuff on YouTube or on the internet, it's usually just they have to say something. So to weed out the stuff that matters versus the stuff that don't matter, just keep front of mind, is this really relevant or not? Why would the iceberg be a magnet? Well, that seems relevant to me. But maybe the IB being taken out 80% of the time, how, does that really play focus into is it 80% like if it goes through the top of the IB in a market profile? Well, okay, told you 80% of it. Well, if it goes through the bottom of the IB, well, it's 80%. It's going to go through one or the other. A lot of times with profile, they always have a reason for why something would work or why it didn't work. But all these probability, and I'm not picking on profile, I'm just saying that any of these probability statistics are like the Buffalo Bills being 11-3 in the last 14 home playoff games. And yet, every one of those games, the guys on the field on either team weren't even born. So keep that in mind. What data are you trying to follow and research in order to predict what the hell's going to happen next? And then not only are you wasting time following that stuff, but then you miss the stuff that's important. Someone slapping you in the face and you're trying to look over their shoulder. This is a slap in the face moment, bearish to bullish. We said it then, not now. This was always a magnet. We said it throughout the whole morning, not when it finally went through it. Good luck. Stay safe. Subscribe to this channel. Visit our website. You too could see this stuff when it happens.